Today, I'm taking you back to when jollof was cooked in aluminium pots with no blender, no shortcut, just bold flavor and beef that melts in your mouth. If you grew up in Ghana in the 90s, this will hit home hard. Let's make my favorite 90s style jollof, blender free and full of vibes. Let me show you guys how I'm making this, okay? So I'm going to start off by using some clean beef, of which I'm going to boil because beef is almost always salty. So we're going to boil this for about 2 times and discard the water. And on the third boil, I'm going to keep that water because that is going to be my stock for the jollof. So the beef is well cooked. I'm going to remove it and keep the stock. Now let's head straight to making the stew. You're going to start off by heating some oil. To that, you're going to add some chopped onions. Allow this to saute for about 5 minutes. Then you're going to go in with your boiled beef. Okay, you're going to fry this in the onions because I want the flavor of the onions to really enter into the beef. So I'm going to allow this to fry whilst the onions is still in it. After frying, I'm just going to remove the beef and then keep the onions. For the onions, we're going to add our tomato paste to this to fry for about 8 to 10 minutes. To this, I'm going to add my green marinade. Yes, I had to, grind this and put it into this. So I'm going to add my green marinade, which is made up of ginger, garlic, onion, and some green pepper. After which I'm going to chop my scotch bonnet peppers. I'm using green and yellow because the yellow is going to give a very nice flavor. I'm going to put this in and allow this to fry for about 5 minutes. Then I'm going to add my finely chopped tomatoes to this. Stir and mix everything. Allow this to cook for about 20 minutes or until you have it looking like this. The oil is going to separate from the stew. That shows that your stew is near ready, if not ready. Okay? So I just seasoned this with my seasoning. I added some curry powder to this. I'm going to add salt, but then first I need to add my beef stock from earlier because the beef has some salt. So you want to add that before going in with your salt so the stew doesn't become so salty. But before I do that, I'm going to add some all-purpose spice and then give it a good stir, and then now add the beef water or the beef stock. I'm now going to add the fried beef to this, give that a good mix. Now it's time to add some corned beef to this. Yes, I want it very delicious. Though it's 90s, we're adding a bit of corned beef to meet the modern style, okay? So I'm going to add the corned beef. Remember, we've still not added salt to this because we've added the beef stock and also we've added some corned beef. I tasted and I realized that I just needed a bit more salt, so I added that and everything was on point now. It's now time to add my washed rice. So I'm going to add the rice to this. Mix everything together. Cover tightly and let it steam on medium to low heat, okay? So guys, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, this is the perfect opportunity to do so. Hit that bell notification button to get notified anytime there's a new recipe up. Also, like and share this particular recipe to anyone who needs it because trust me, it's going to go a long way to help them. And make sure you comment on the recipe if this is something you would be trying, okay? So we've covered our rice for a bit. It has cooked for some few minutes. I'm going to give this a good stir. We don't want to be stirring our jollof too much because it makes the rice break. And it doesn't really give it a nice look when you stir it too much. So we are going to stir it once, cover it with our parchment paper, add napkin to this because we want the steam to cook it. Okay, we don't really need water in jollof. You just need some stock which we've already added and steam to cook. So after some few minutes, this is what we have. Very delicious jollof, well cooked. This right here is not just food, it's a piece of childhood. That's rich smoky jollof with juicy beef. It was always the highlight of my family gathering, okay? And I brought it back so that you guys can also try this particular recipe. And trust me, you would love this. Yes, you would. So if this video brought back memories, hit that like button, comment below with your favorite childhood dish, or just say Jollof Fever. And if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, subscribe and join me on this journey of flavor, family, and forgotten recipes. Let's bring back the old school, one spoon at a time. I serve this with some boiled eggs. Yes, you can actually enjoy it on its own, but it is what it is. And thank you guys for sticking and staying with me till this point. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!